Golfer 007, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the speed Golfer 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 ME.
Reduce 160 to 4, speed 124.
Okay guys, welcome back to part 3. We're just approaching the Isle of Man VOR, which is exactly where our star is going to start, ironically. So, looking at the charts, it is the Tipod 1 Bravo arrival. So, hit EGGP, then click on... wait, what did we do? Yeah, arrival. And then we're landing on runway 27, so ILS runway 27. And then find the Tipod 1 Bravo, which is there. And then if we want to select the approach VIAS button, and then we just transition via Lima Papa Lima, press insert.
Okay, let's go through the descent preparation checklist.
So he'll go through his checklist now because we've just initiated some new data, and it's actually not recalculated it in time.
Received. Standard.
Decision height.
Set.
Okay, sorted. So it's basically wanting to descend us to be level at 4,000 feet overhead Tipod, which is slightly incorrect. We will go, let's do flight level 60 and see what that bears us with. Yeah, so top of descent just a little bit after the Isle of Man on the right turn. Now a little bit about the approach. I wanted to do an ILS, and then I was kind of like, you know what, I've already done the ILS tutorial with the Airbus, so I want to do a visual approach. Now the visual approach at Liverpool is actually quite fun, normally from the south side. Now we're approaching from the northern side, so normally they would probably just vector them on a kind of downwind, and then they just loop round and go visual from the north side. But I want to cheat a little bit, so I'm going to leave Tipod on a southeasterly heading and cut across the 09 extended center line, and then I'm going to fly a visual circuit quite close to something called the South Bank, which is the River Mersey just south of Liverpool Airport, and literally the south bank of that river is what we'll be flying over. So you'll see a little bit of visual techniques being employed, but we'll still use the instruments to keep reference to where we are. So I'm just going to get rid of all this because we don't need it. We can actually fill out the approach page now. So go back to the FMC, zoom in a little bit, and hit the perf page. Press next phase, and then again, so you're on the approach phase. And we need to fill out some information. Now on the chart it says that runway 27 is 250 feet decision height. And Active Sky tells us that the weather at Liverpool, if we do it right now, is 280 at 11, so that's definitely runway 27. Oops. And the transition altitude is 5,000 feet according to the charts. The temperature is 18 degrees, and the QNH is 1020. So with that, we can just go back to the flight plan page. We don't need to activate that just yet. It's a bit too early. So just approaching top of descent now. We'll reset the MCP altitude to 6,000, or flight level 60, should I say. Just zoom in a little bit. And when you're about there, in fact, here is good. Just push it in. It'll change the descent. He'll say that. And it will descend, I think, at 1,000 feet per minute until it picks up the path, which it's doing now, 1,000 feet a minute. And when it picks up this green dot, which is the vertical profile, then it will descend properly. So there's the top of descent marker, now we're just flying over it. So all is good. Now if you're a little bit late on the descent, don't worry about it. Just put it into descent mode and it should manage itself, and it may ask you for drag. If it does, just give it a little bit. I mean, there are advanced ways to slow yourself and bring your height down in a more economic fashion, but for the purpose of this video, we'll just keep it simple for now. So it's still descending at 1,000 feet a minute just till it picks up this green path, which it's just coming down now, as you can see. There we go. We're now on path and it's descending at 2,200 feet a minute. So that's good. And it will do that now all the way down to Tipod. So to save you sitting around waiting, I'll just fast forward a little bit until we're about 10 or so miles before Tipod. Prepare to be tripped out once again. Okay guys, we've just passed over the top of Penil in before. People pronounce that wrong. I guess you can make your own judgments. We're just passing 10,000 feet now, so they're going to put the lights on for us, which you can see, just there. And he's just turned the landing system, thanks to some other viewer who told me that actually LS stood for landing system. So he's turned the landing system on. Although we will be going visual, we can still use that as a really nice aid. Some pretty epic clouds out today. Now, all of my flights and videos are one takes. I don't do re-recordings and slotting bits here and there in. So if this goes wrong, I'm still uploading it. I don't care. I've done this approach maybe 5 times, but in the NG. I've never done it in an Airbus, which shouldn't make much of a difference, but maybe it will. So hopefully we'll make an absolutely perfect approach. But it's that last turn that always gets me. Hopefully they will be good. So we're just coming up on Ruga now, or Rugger. I don't know how on earth you pronounce that. And then from there to Tipod, and then from Tipod we will be turning right and heading in a southeasterly direction. Everything is still on autopilot, so we've got 6,000 feet set. It's on FMS nav path, which is there, and it's also on FMS speed. Beautiful water, look at that. Land ahoy, land ahoy. Wind farms in the water. Look at that, FTX Global. They even exist in real life. Complete genius. Be really nice if they had, like, you know, with the NG, you can look out the window and look at the wing. Be nice if you could do that on here, but never mind. So 5 miles or 6 miles to run till Tipod. Now with the Airbus, to get it to do something manually, you just right-click the knob. So if we wanted to manually control speed, we'd right-click speed. If we want to manually control heading, we do so as well. No, we don't do so on speed. We do so on heading, sorry. I don't know why I just said that. But yeah, we right-click the heading to go into manual heading. So 20 miles out at 6,000 or flight level 68. There's the ILS glide slope diamond. But that's nothing to do with us. Just at the moment, or we don't. It's irrelevant to us even at the moment.
Checked. Checked. Standard.
Okay, so with that, we're just approaching Tipod, so we can manually select the heading, and we'll just turn it to about 140 we'll do, and we can continue descending now down to we'll do 3,000 feet initially. And we can set a descent rate of about 50, actually we'll do 1,800 feet a minute. We want to get, wow, the camera just reset itself. We want to get down in a pretty timely fashion because, why does it keep doing that? It's resetting itself. Because you'll see, as soon as we break through these clouds, Liverpool will be literally right in front of you. There's no question about that. And we want to follow the coast. So we don't want to have to go too far inland before we make the turn to final. So we've got to get down quite fast. So I'm actually going to increase that to 2,000 actually. And then if we need drag, so be it. And Echo Golf November Romeo here is actually an airfield called Harden. And it's just near Chester. Very nice.
Check. 1020.
1020.
Right, so we can now decrease the rate of descent a little bit because we're doing well. Just do like 800 feet. Nice bit of turbulence. We'll start to turn left a little bit. And on the left hand side we'll see the River Mersey at some point. I think I just see it here underneath these clouds, or maybe that's just cloud. Oh no, it's over there, so that's okay. We can just continue turning left. Now soon enough, the co-pilot will want to start slowing us down, which will be just in time. We just need to clear these. Here we go. So here's the south bank. We want to be following. We want to kind of aim for here, and then we'll loop all the way around. You can't really see it yet because it's dark, but oh, it's dark. What am I talking about? Because it's cloudy. Sometimes I wonder how I managed to wake up in the morning. Honestly, we can continue down now to 2,000 feet because we'll be cutting this quite short. Slightly turbulent, but we can deal with that. FTX Global in all of its glory. I'm going to turn about 5 degrees to the left just to make sure we're on the right side of it. There we go, this is the coast now. And Liverpool is just over that way there. Decrease the rate of descent a little bit. It's pretty like 400 feet a minute. Now hopefully something will trigger the co-pilot and make him put the flaps down. Maybe if I put a bit of speed brake out. Who knows? There's the industrial part of Chester. There's the airport now. This is nice. It's approaching 2,000 feet. So now we're pretty much visual with everything. We can see the airport off to our left there. We can see we've got to follow this bit round. Apologies for that. Something went wrong with my recording. Anyway, they've just put the flaps. The first officer just put the flaps down now, so we can disengage the autopilot, and we can now take manual control, and we can start to fly this bird all the way down. Now we are just aiming for this kind of hill over here, which is just beyond the Runcorn Bridge, for those of you who don't know what that is. We're going to take the flight director out because I don't need it. I want to be descending down to 600 feet. We go get rid of that. See the airfield just behind us there. Just keep the flaps nice 2. Descent rate going. There you go. He's putting flaps 2 down for us now. Keep a nice descent rate, otherwise it'll be too high. Nothing over the top though. If we just roll out here a little bit. Come on, descend. I'll put gear down. Oh no, it won't, sorry, I thought it was putting the gear down. There's the Runcorn Bridge, if you could just see my mouse just there. So we want to kind of go around that way, and just hopefully that will work really nicely for us. Just passing 1,600 feet, cool. Turn a bit more in now. Just keep an eye out on that left window for the runway. It's actually hidden behind the bar at the moment. But if we just turn now, we should, although we're climbing a little bit, but we can always fix that.
Gear down, prepare for landing.
There we go, there's the airport now. Straighten up a little bit.
Flaps 3 please.
Flaps 3.
And flaps full please.
Flaps full.
Landing checklist please.
Landing gear.
Down and locked, 3 green.
Ground spoilers.
Checked and armed.
Auto brakes.
Medium.
Exterior lights.
On.
Go around.
Bit of a glory dive, but it's okay. We're good.
Landing memo.
Checked, No blue.
I've sunk underneath the glide slope, which is nice. Gives us a bit of time to lose some speed. So that's done the landing checklist, everything's good. What we need to do now is put it on the ground. And we're sinking a little bit, but it's all good. Keep the nose in the air for a couple of seconds. There we go. Back on the glide slope.
Minimum
Landing.
200.
Windy. So as it says 30 feet, we want to just idle the throttle, and that'll disengage the auto throttle, and then just hit F2 once, and it'll put it into idle reverse.
50, 40, 30.
So there's 30. Idle
20.
the power. Oh, bit of wind at the end.
5.
There's 5. Bit of left rudder just to compensate. There we go. Now idle reverse. Now if you were Ryanair, you'd be standing on every possible brake going to make this turn off. But because we're half decent, we've managed to stop before we have to use evasive braking. So just, there we go, stand on the brakes to release the order brake, and then we can vacate on echo. And then EasyJet park on the Tango stands, or the Tango pier, which is first right, second left, or third left.
Set APU on.
And the after landing checklist when you get a minute, please.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Ground spoilers.
Set off.
Engine mode selector.
Checked normal.
Flaps.
Checked retracted.
TCAS.
Checked standby.
Brake temperature.
Checked.
APU.
On.
Checklist complete.
Now we can be a bit sneaky here with GSX, and we can tell it that we're going to go to next page. We'll go to stand 54. We don't want to follow me, we just want them to set it up for us. Handling by Service Air, very accurate. A marshaller has been dispatched on site. So here's a Tango apron now. Right at the end on the right. You'll see that the first officer's done everything for us. We literally just need to taxi. We just wait for the line to come kind of parallel to our body, and we can start the turn. Just roll the camera towards the middle as we turn. Perfecto. I think it's Marshall's on crack cocaine, so there we go. As soon as he crosses the battens, he can stop. He's there. Nice job. Parking brake on. Good stuff. Easy to cut the engines. Just right click on both of them. He's already preset up the APU, so that's not a problem.
That's a good flight. Let's do the parking checklist.
Apparently
and
we
we're
parked
ready for the day.
ridiculously bad, but whatever.
And the chocks are set. Parking brakes released.
Engine master.
Both off.
Seatbelt signs.
Set off.
Beacon lights.
Set off.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Set off.
Checklist complete.
So, that's it. Basically, now, if you wanted to do another sector, you just have to wait 5 minutes or 4 minutes 30 for the whole thing to reset itself. And then you can go off again. I hope you enjoyed that. 3 parts of glorious flying. Not. That end approach was slightly dodgy, but I did say if I screwed it up, I wasn't going to re-record it. And I did slightly, but we got there in the end. This aircraft is very, very forgiving. And the fly-by-wire is just awesome. So don't think too much into it when you see me screwing it up. I'm sure everyone's done it once or twice, or in my case 5 times. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to go check out facebook.com/BellinsHD. I'm on Twitter as well, starting to use that a little bit more. And also, of course, if you want to come watch me live streaming over at twitch.tv/Bellins. That is it, I think. Until the next video, which will probably be the 777. Thank you very much. And take care all.